I'm Doug Smith with the Hampton Roads Alliance, and really excited for y'all to be here. This is our annual meeting. I'm going to tell you a little bit about kind of what we did last year, but you've got a report, you've got an annual report at your seats.
The Emancipation Oak is where the first Southern reading of the Emancipation Proclamation took place in 1863. That tree is here on Hampton University's campus. Unfortunately, we won't get a chance to see it today, but it is also the site of the oldest African American history museum in the United States of America. And if it's in the United States of America, that means it's the world. Thank you for coming. A part of our strategic plan was a very specific area, was engagement. And we endeavor to be an even bigger anchor within this community. And that starts, of course, with our invite to you to be here today. And so, Doug, thank you to the entire Alliance. And I hope you've had a positive experience here at Hampton. Thank you and welcome.
Good afternoon, and on behalf of the Hampton City Council, our city staff, and certainly the residents of Hampton, it's my honor and privilege to welcome you to this afternoon's annual meeting. If some of you who don't know a lot about Hampton, and actually President Williams kind of set the stage for it, this July will be 414 years old. It's a great time to be here. I hope you have an opportunity to see our city. It's a wonderful city, and again, welcome.
The Alliance and our partners we had a 25-year record this year, and what that meant was we had 13 supported announcements. Those announcements represented $625 million worth of capital and nearly 3,000 jobs. The fun part of that is they came from a real variety of industry. What we're trying to do over a 5-year period is help this region bring in 7,000 new traded sector jobs, and those 7,000 will beget another 6,000 jobs. If we do that, if we continue on that pace, that'll create $750 million of new annual spending, right? Our board of directors is just a great group of folks, and you can see the 2023 board there. It is major employers, and it is political leaders, and we're the one place in the region where they can really come together on a relatively small scale and talk about important issues for the region. We're thankful to the board members, thankful to our red team. Most of you know, but in case you don't, we have a regional economic development team that is this group here. It is the utilities and leaders of regional organizations and our economic development directors. We have 4 folks that are rolling off the board. I know J.D. Myers. So J.D. Myers with Cox Communications, Diane Leopold, who's the Chief Operations Officer for Dominion Energy, served on our board, served as our treasurer. She was fantastic. And Dick Grice, he'd tell you he's really pleased with what we've done these last several years and proud to be associated with us. And we've got a small token for him. But I am going to ask Florence Kingston to come up. I know Florence is here. Each year we have a representative from the red team that is really responsible for making sure that that she and her peers know what's happening. And Florence is in her 43rd year in economic development in Newport News. And so we were thrilled to have her and her leadership, and want to thank her for her services past years. So Florence. So last year we started something. As I said, we don't do anything by ourselves. And Bruce, you're going to hear from Bruce in a minute. And Bruce said, "How big is your staff?" I said, "Over 10 people." But there is 110 people that do economic development in Hampton Roads. So we're part of a really big group. That doesn't count people, private sector people. It doesn't count people at the state. And so last year we said, boy, we should recognize somebody that's been an enormous help to us over the course of this year. Last year we recognized Jerry Miller. You all were here. Well, this year we're going to recognize Chelsea Jenkins Olivari from the Secretary of Commerce's office.
You can't talk about President Kennedy's moonshot without the contribution from Hampton Roads. And I know we've committed to building the largest offshore wind development in the free world. And we have the nuclear navy and the most modern gateway. But I think our contribution to the global economy and our security is what's so incredible to think about. And I think that the sky's the limit for us. And we're 1.8 million people out of 8 billion, which is way less than 1%, but our contribution is much more than that. And I think it's amazing to live here and continue to amplify our strengths and our place in history. And so I really, really, really appreciate this.